great introduction. Thank you so much, Juan Carlos. I want to start with just a few reflections on the state of democracy globally. And none of this is new to all of you, but I like to summarize it to a certain degree. So authoritarians around the world continue to suppress the rights of their people, control access to information, and co-opt state resources to enhance their personal ambitions and claim to power. We've seen aggressive efforts by the Chinese Communist Party to suppress the rights of the Chinese people and to undermine democratic processes in every region of the world. In Ukraine, Russian President Vladimir Putin continues his effort to annihilate a sovereign European democracy. Iran continues to be the leading global supporter of terrorism while crushing protesters demanding freedom and women's rights. Together, these three nation states pose a connected threat to global freedom and stability. Yet, here's the optimism. Despite this, we continue to see support, in fact, rising demands for freedom and democracy around the world. Brave citizens like those in Iran are protesting in the most authoritarian environments, demanding to have their voices heard and protection of their rights. The desire for freedom, prosperity, and freedom is universal, and I truly believe is alive in every region of the world. As we've said here, this year is a critical year with more than 90 countries holding elections, with more than 1.8 billion people possibly participating in those elections. Many of these elections will not be free nor fair. Many brave citizens will face threats and violence in their quest to cast their vote and have a say in who represents them. However, many elections will result in the peaceful transfer of power, reinforcing support for democracy as the desired form of government. For 40 years, IRI's mission has been to advance freedom and democracy around the globe. We do this by standing side by side with people in their countries, all of your countries, providing resources, expertise, capacity building, and comparative experiences. Elections are a fundamental pillar of democracy. It's a critical milestone. Yet importantly, democracy has to deliver to its citizens to continue to be the most desired form of government. Ineffective, unresponsive governance and weak institutions are at the root of global threats to democracy. Entrenched corruption exasperates those challenges. In more than 100 countries, from Uganda to Mexico, Ukraine to Ecuador, Iraq to Malaysia, IRI works to combat these threats and strengthen democratic processes and institutions that enhance citizens' ability to meaningfully participate in political and civic life. We design and implement programs with our partners to provide them and beneficiaries where we work with the tools to realize their democratic aspirations. A core component of IRI's programming is on political inclusion, empowering, connecting, and amplifying the voices of marginalized communities and integrating them into political and civic life. Youth, young leaders, young citizens are a critical stakeholder for IRI to support. First, young people face unique challenges, such as limited access to resources, political marginalization, and systemic barriers. Second, more than half of the global population is under the age of 30. In Africa, one of the largest continents, more than 60% of Africa's population is under the age of 25. This statistic is fascinating to me. By 2030, young Africans are expected to constitute 42% of global youth. Third, young people are the future leaders of the world. Investing in you and young people is critical to our mission to supporting democracy, freedom, and prosperity. In 2023, IRI supported more than 40,000 youth through training, mentorship, leadership development, political skills building, and other technical assistance. IRI invests in youth as individuals and collectively, connecting them to local, regional, and global networks for sustained engagement, support, and knowledge sharing. And that is fundamental to our Generation Democracy initiative. We have seen the tremendous benefits of the interconnectedness of global youth movements and the power of solidarity in addressing common challenges. Through Generation Democracy, we will continue to foster collaboration and exchange of ideas among youth on a global scale, all driven by youth with our support. We have seen the transformative impact of youth engagement in political and civic processes. The inherent energy, passion, and innovative thinking that you bring gives me hope for the future. I'm excited to engage with each of you this week. You are impressive change makers whom I know will continue to make important contributions, not only in your communities and your countries, but regionally and globally. IRI is proud to support you on your journey. Thank you.